If you've been thinking about selling your XRP, I want you to watch this video because I have some really powerful information to share with you guys about what's currently happening in the economy, not only right now for the US dollar, what's happening with the SEC, what's happening with Bitcoin, but what's happening with the entire crypto market and what this means for XRP this entire bull run. Plus, we have some secret Easter eggs to show you that are hidden right in plain sight in Hollywood movies that lead right back to Ripple and XRP. So if you're feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. If you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree with crypto and you want to get early access to our underground guidebook to become a crypto millionaire when it's released, then all you need to do right now is go to bullrunners.com and you're going to get exclusive early access to alerts on explosive altcoins with timely notifications about high potential projects before they hit the mainstream market. You're also going to get access to daily market analysis videos where you can watch daily videos like this to stay up to date on the latest trends and updates in the cryptocurrency market. And you're also going to receive pro trading strategies and tools for you to access proven trading tips and institutional grade indicators to refine your trading strategy. So don't miss out on the launch of our new underground guidebook called Altcoin Secrets that's going to help you discover the next 100x altcoin. All you need to do to get early access is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll be instantly subscribed for the early bird list when it's released. We know you're going to love it. Not only is the US national debt completely out of control at over $34 trillion, but the interest on the national debt at $823 billion and counting. We can see how much is spent on defense and war, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. So because the Federal Reserve has been printing an obscene amount of money and Congress has been raising the debt ceiling every single time that it's been reached since the 1960s, this has caused the purchasing power of the US dollar to drop, which ultimately is leading to investors seeking safe havens for their money, because if you're just holding money in a bank account and a savings account, the interest that you earn on a high yield savings account is not enough to outpace inflation. So this is the biggest reason why the crypto market has absolutely taken off over the past decade, and it's not slowing down. If we look at the total market cap of this industry at $2.3 trillion, well, Bitcoin holds 1.2 trillion of that, Ethereum at 366 billion. Then we see further down the list, XRP at sub $30 billion. So the real question is, how high could XRP go during this bull run cycle during the adoption of the crypto industry? Because if we look at the internet versus crypto adoption from 2014 to 2024 in terms of total users, back from 1990 to 1998, it's very comparable to the internet. If you guys saw one of my previous videos where I compared Amazon.com to XRP, and we put Amazon side by side to XRP, you can see all the way back from 1999 until 2006, Amazon was in a downtrend for 2,310 days, dropping from roughly $5.63 all the way down to like a buck. And then shortly after that, 3,598 days, Amazon finally started to break out upwards of $5, $6, breaking the all-time high and going parabolic after that from 2009 until where we are today, upwards of $187. Now, obviously, Ripple and Amazon are very different companies and we're in different times now, so we can't really compare the two together, but with how early we are in the infancy stage of the crypto market, in my opinion, a cryptocurrency like XRP is akin to holding Amazon back in the 90s. Now, the thing that's been slowing down XRP's adoption is this guy right here, Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, and the lawsuit that Ripple has been going through to prove that XRP isn't a security. So when Gary Gensler comes out and does interviews like this, answering questions like, is Ethereum ETF coming soon? He gives these types of answers.
The big question in crypto land right now, is Ethereum a commodity or is Ethereum a security, and therefore will there one day be an ETF? That's the fundamental question on the table in crypto land. You agree?
Oh, you're the one that's out there asking the questions. All I would say is, to me, the fundamental question is how do we ensure that the American investor is protected? And right now, they're not getting the required or needed disclosures. And the intermediaries in the center of this rather centralized market generally are conflicted and doing things we would never allow the New York Stock Exchange to do. The New York Stock Exchange is not allowed to trade against the investors.
Okay, but let me ask you about this. You've seen the consensus lawsuit, and I know you have a Wells notice with them as well. This is Patrick Henry saying the following, and I want you to respond to it. Just months after a federal judge sanctioned SEC enforcement lawyers for lying in court, new evidence shows that Chair Gary Gensler himself misled Congress. The testimony to the Financial Services Committee last April, Chair Gensler refused to answer questions about the SEC's classification of Ether, and new court filings show this was an intentional attempt to misrepresent the Commission's position.
We speak to Congress directly in hearings like that, and also directly to members, and we share with them accurately what we're doing, so that the viewers can also understand we don't speak about whether we have an investigation or whether we don't have an investigation, and we don't speak about whether somebody is, in our opinion, not following the law unless we actually bring a case. So we stay quiet on many questions that you might ask at this live interview or even
but ultimately,
in
should investors,
a congressional hearing.
There's a lot of folks who bought Ethereum expecting that one day there will be potentially an ETF and that it will be considered a genuine security that's tradable on these exchanges. Will that happen?
Again, that's something in front of our commission right now. We're a 5-member commission, and those filings will take up at the appropriate time.
So because they're staying silent on important issues, that's leaving investors like you and me in the dark and not giving this industry the clarity that it needs. So when you see videos like this, for example, of the Ohio State commencement speaker talking about Bitcoin in front of 60,000 people, it's no wonder why he's getting responses like being booed when talking about crypto.
Great investors are open-minded and understand things before other people. So I know this might feel polarizing, but I encourage you to keep an open mind right now. I see Bitcoin as a very misunderstood asset class. It's decentralized and finite, which means no government can print more at will. In the early days, the exchanges for Bitcoin were prone to hacks and fraud, but the issue has been resolved with the recent launch of the Bitcoin ETFs backed by 2 of the world's largest asset managers, BlackRock and Fidelity. So anyone could hold these ETFs in your retirement account.
Now, what's funny about a video like this is the people that are booing are most likely in like $20,000 to $100,000 of student loan debt. And they're getting their degrees in fields that don't pertain to anything about financial literacy and financial education. So it's no wonder why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, is because people that graduate from college, that get a degree, don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to pay taxes. They don't know anything about investing. And then they think that stuff like cryptocurrencies are a scam. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of scams out there, and you have to be very, very careful in the crypto market because anyone can create a project and make it look legit. So on this channel, what our goal is to provide you with the best education and information. That way you could do your own research, because I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be one. In fact, go consult a financial advisor, ask them what to do on your money, because crypto is very risky. You can lose a lot of money in these markets, and most people actually do lose money. And there's various reasons for that, because when we look at Bitcoin and we compare to crypto's total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, which is Ethereum and all other altcoins like XRP, Chainlink, Solana, at the top of the screen, you could see Bitcoin during the market cycle. They don't study market cycles. So the reason why people are booing that are in college, or, you know, if you saw the roast of Tom Brady and they made fun of Gronkowski.
Tom also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like,
and they made fun of Tom Brady for the FTX collapse. Well, that's what's giving a stain on the industry, is because people are still living in the emotions right here during anxiety, denial, panic, anger, and capitulation, when we're in a completely different stage of the market cycle. So what people love to do as human beings, if you study psychology, I went to school and studied psychology, is our lives are dictated from emotions of the past. And a lot of people hold on to emotions, and that's what's driving the problems in their marriages. That's what's driving the problems in their health, their limiting beliefs, the stories that they tell about themselves, because they let the emotions of the past cloud the facts in their judgment of the now and even the future. So rather than basing my investing decisions on emotion, I like to base it off of facts. So here are the facts. If we look at Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart from 2017 until December of 2020, it took about 1,096 days to break the all-time high. And once Bitcoin broke the all-time high, it did another 3x beyond that, going upwards of nearly $70,000. Now looking at the altcoin market, when Bitcoin had a monthly candle close above the all-time high and started rallying up, the altcoin market was still below its all-time high, sitting at only $223 billion, when the all-time high of January of 2018 was nearly $500 billion. So altcoins lagged behind Bitcoin. But from the 1st of December of 2020 until the 1st of May of 2021, the altcoin market pulled in 800% growth. And then when Bitcoin had that first peak and we saw this double top right here by November of 2021, then the bear market kicked in. And that absolutely destroyed the vast majority of the population because they listened to celebrities like Matt Damon or Tom Brady and they didn't study anything about technical analysis because they bought the top up here and they just saw their portfolio going down. So they just assumed that the whole industry was a scam because they lost money, when in reality, they just didn't take any time to look at the charts because they didn't understand what trading view is. They don't understand anything about the psychology of a market cycle. And that's what causes the vast majority of people to get wrecked. But because you're different and you're actually watching these videos to the end, you're subscribing to the channel, you're liking these videos for content like this, you can separate yourself from the 99% and you become a part of the 1%. So if we were to measure roughly from the first peak of Bitcoin around like April to May of 2021, when the altcoin market topped out, a month after that, we were to measure 1,096 days. Well, that brings us right to the 1st of May. Now, one thing that's interesting to note is 1,096 days after Bitcoin's previous top in December of 2017, Bitcoin is breaking out while the altcoin market was lagging behind. But if we look at right now, Bitcoin broke the all-time high before this happened in March, and we're seeing a pullback right now rather than an explosive green candle to the upside like we saw in December of 2020. But when we look at the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin for where we are right now in May, we're still below the all-time high, and we're seeing a pullback similar to what happened back in October of 2020, or even this month period in December of 2020 where there was a big battle between the bulls and the bears, where people had hope that a recovery was possible, but we weren't in the full-blown belief, thrill, and euphoria stage of the market. So as you guys know, XRP is an altcoin, and when the entire altcoin market goes up in value historically in the past, what has happened? Well, if we look back here around that same time frame in December of 2020, well, November of 2020 was right before the lawsuit hit. XRP broke this descending resistance right here on August of 2020, and it kind of rid this resistance as support, and then it bounced off of it really fast, upwards of 80 cents. Then the lawsuit hit and it sold all the way back down to this descending support, bounced off of it, and once the altcoin market broke the all-time high by the 1st of February to March, XRP started marching up with the rest of the market and ultimately topped out just shy of the all-time high of about $2. While the altcoin market was making a new all-time high, XRP topped out early, and during the final blow-off top stage by November of 2021, XRP was already in a downtrend. So the reason why we didn't see XRP pass its all-time high, while the altcoin market had some more juice in it to rally upwards of 1.7, almost $1.8 trillion, was because Ripple was right in the heat of the battle with the lawsuit for the SEC. And so this wasn't giving institutional grade investors and massive hedge funds the clarity that they needed to hold millions or even billions of dollars of this project. But still, from the low of March of 2020 to the high of April 2021, XRP pulled like what, 1,700%, 1,800%, so almost what, like a 15 to a 20x, while they were still going through the lawsuit. XRP remained in the top 10 of all cryptocurrencies by market capitalization during that entire bull run, during the entire bear market. And if we just look at the facts right now of the chart compared to the past, we see some similarities playing out. We see this descending resistance where XRP has been rejected from multiple times. Once XRP broke this descending resistance and flipped it as support, then we saw massive price appreciation to the upside. So we're on the verge of a settlement right now between Ripple and the SEC. And so I can definitely understand the impatience of wanting to sell your XRP and move it into something else that is already pumped, a 5x or a 10x. But in my opinion, if XRP flips this descending resistance, which is only a matter of time, and holds it as support, the next rally for XRP could happen very, very quickly, considering the fact that the entire altcoin market is right at $1 trillion right now, and the all-time high is 1.7 trillion. Bitcoin's halving just took place. BlackRock, Fidelity, Van Eck, ARK Invest, and other institutions all have their Bitcoin ETFs approved. Over in China, Hong Kong, and other countries are working on their ETFs for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I believe XRP is priming itself for a massive rally. So the main thing that we would need to see is Bitcoin go into the belief, thrill, and euphoria stage of the market, and then that liquidity starts trickling down to other large cap altcoins, mid caps, and then eventually micro cap altcoins towards the tail end of this bull run. So You guys are early right now. And if you're in doubt, you just need to zoom out. Look at the total market cap of this project sitting at $28 billion. And look at the total debt of the United States at $34 trillion. That's not considering every other country out there. And to put that into perspective for you, if we ask ChatGPT how long is a billion seconds ago, what year would that be? ChatGPT says it's approximately 31.7 years. So if we take a billion seconds from today, which is 2024, it would take us back to about 1992. Now, how long ago is a trillion seconds? So a trillion seconds is about 31,709 years. If we take a trillion seconds from today, it would take us back to approximately 29,685 BC. So how long ago was 34 trillion seconds? And ChatGPT says this was over a million years ago. What was happening on Earth over a million years ago? According to ChatGPT, our species was developing important survival tools and the control of fire. So we were just learning how to survive on the planet after the dinosaurs went extinct. So to put that even more in perspective for you, what is $30 billion to $34 trillion? So if you want to know the ratio for how small 30 billion is to 34 trillion, you would just divide 30 billion by 34 trillion, and that means that it's about 0.0882% of 34 trillion. So in other words, it's a very, very small fraction of just the debt in the United States is what XRP's market cap is. So it's less than 1% of the total debt of one country. Now, in order to understand how big XRP's market cap could grow to and what that would put the price at, we need to understand the industry and the problem that it solves and the total market cap of those whole industries. And if XRP were to absorb just a fraction of the market cap of the industry for the problems that it solves, then that will give us a better idea of what this project could go to. So on their website, xrpl.org, XRP Ledger is the blockchain built for businesses. Now that's very vague because there's a lot of businesses out there. So we need to do more digging to specifically understand which businesses Ripple and XRP serves. So just by scrolling down on the website, and we've already covered this extensively on our channel, the main industry that XRP is going to disrupt is cross-currency payments. So if we go to ChatGPT and we just ask, how big is the cross-currency payments market? And ChatGPT says in 2023, the total market size for cross-border payments, which includes business to business to customer, and wholesale transactions was approximately $190 trillion. And this market is expected to grow significantly, reaching around 290 trillion by 2030. So let's do a hypothetical here, and let's say that Ripple is going to be one of the companies, not the main company. Let's just say that that's not going to happen. But let's say XRP were to absorb a percentage that's like 1% of that whole market. What would that put the market cap and the price at? So let's say XRP absorbs 1% of that total market by 2030. XRP's price is currently at 52 cents. The market cap is about $30 billion, and the max supply of XRP is 100 billion tokens. So let's just say the entire max supply is in circulation. Right now, only about 55% of the max supply is in circulation. So to calculate the market cap, it's a very simple formula. But if XRP held just 1% of the total cross-border payments market, what market cap and price would that give XRP? So here's what ChatGPT said. To calculate the potential market cap and price of XRP, we would first need to calculate what is 1% of the cross-border payments market projected by 2030? So 1% of 290 trillion would be about $2.9 trillion. If the XRP ledger were to handle just 1% of that, let's say XRP's market cap were to go to $2.9 trillion, assuming that this transaction value corresponds directly to its market cap, which in the real world would likely not exactly be a one-to-one relationship due to velocity and money and other factors. However, with their AMM, their automated market maker, to provide liquidity, regardless, there would be a massive amount of money in XRP's market cap to facilitate this. So then to calculate the new price of XRP with this market cap, we would simply take this equation right here, which would give XRP a price of about $29. What would XRP's price be if it held 10% of $290 trillion? So it just simply runs the same formula. That would give XRP a market cap of $29 trillion. And then that would give XRP a price of about $290. Now, will XRP have a market cap of $29 trillion this bull run? Most likely not. So realistically, this bull run, if we see a massive injection of liquidity into the total crypto market cap by the end of 2025, similar to what we saw happen the last few bull runs, well, then the market cap of the industry right now is about $2.34 trillion. So in order for XRP to reach a market cap of $2.9 trillion, in my opinion, I believe the market cap of the whole industry would need to be upwards of 10, 15, 20, even $25 trillion. So I think at the absolute peak of this bull run, what's possible for XRP is up to $30. And that would be an amazing case scenario. Now, anything beyond that we would need to see even more liquidity flow into the whole industry. We would need to see 30 or 50 trillion dollars and a complete global reset, which I think is coming at some point, but I think that's going to be more in line with 2030 and beyond because we're still going with the regulatory hurdles in the industry right now. So we're still early. But when we look at XRPscan.com, which shows the total XRP locked on their automated market maker, it's been increasing since April. And over the next year, this is most likely to continue trending up. So in my opinion, if the total value locked on XRP's automated market maker continues to go up and Ripple continues to make massive partnerships that they've been making the past few years with central banks, payment providers, and massive businesses to be able to facilitate the problem that they're trying to solve, then it makes more sense to hold XRP than the dollar. Because if we look at the purchasing power of the dollar, the Federal Reserve has no max supply on the amount that they're printing because every single time the debt ceiling has been hit, they increase it, enabling the Fed to print more money, whereas the max supply on something like XRP is only 100 billion tokens, which might seem like a lot, but you've just seen how big of a gap there is between a billion and a trillion seconds when compared to dollars, and there is no limit to the US national debt. It just keeps going up, whereas there is a limit to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin at 21 million and XRP at 100 billion, and smart investors are using logic to realize this just like they did after the dot-com bubble crash because Amazon dropped over 90% during that bear market. So a lot of college graduates at that time, if there was a speech about Amazon being the future of e-commerce payments, how many people do you guys think would have booed a speaker talking about Amazon stock by the year 2001 when it was all the way down at 32 cents, especially if they bought at $5? Everyone would boo it. But little did they know that buying Amazon stock in 2001 at 32 cents would have been one of the most Chad moves that your dad or even your mom could have made because Amazon over the course of 20 years went on to perform a 30,000%, which I think that's a 300x. So let's just say you would have put $10,000 into Amazon stock back in 2001 at the bottom, multiply that by 300, you would have $3 million just 20 years later. Now divide 3 million by 23 years, and that would have been $130,000 per year on average in appreciation from your $10,000. The average American doesn't even really make six figures. So can you guys see why investing in something like XRP early is not just a short-term plan here? Because with the devaluation of the dollar over the next 10 years and over the next 20 years, over the next 30 years going into retirement, this is to set yourself up for 2050, even to set your future generation up for generational wealth. Now, no, I'm not saying that buying XRP and just holding XRP is going to create generational wealth because I believe you have to have a diversified portfolio. I don't just hold XRP, but I'm very bullish on XRP because the facts are all there. Now, here's where it gets really interesting as we go down conspiracy theory land, because I like to provide you guys with facts, but I also like to talk about stuff that's just too big of a coincidence because I believe in God. And if you believe in God, there's no such thing as coincidences because everything's all divinely orchestrated. You know, Ito Farina posted this saying Ripple, MoneyGram, and Amazon developed a patent US 11,568,489 for an automated trading platform for cross-border payments utilizing XRP. Amazon, AWS, Amazon Web Services also mentioned Ripple as a partner on their website. And if you go on Twitter here, you can click the link and it takes you right to the source. This application was filed by MoneyGram International Inc. in 2021. The application was granted and the expiration is anticipated by 2041. Now, if we look at this, you can see Treasury, Web App, xCloud, XRapid, Exchange US, XRP Ledger, Exchange B, and MGI Bank B. Now, in the next picture, we can clearly see Ripple and Swift together in a transaction test that took place when XRP was at about 20 cents. So for the past few years, they've been testing this by transferring money using XRP for liquidity between the United States and the Philippines, Australia and the United States, Australia and the Philippines, Europe to the United States. And all these documents right here are publicly viewable via MoneyGram International. So why would they create a patent for this if they weren't planning on doing something big? The only time you go after a patent is when you believe you have something big. Like we patent and we trademark and copyright the logo because we have a big brand here. So they're patenting this technology. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and really weird. A 1992 movie called Sneakers, it presents a scene where criminals hack the Federal Reserve transfer node, and it shows XRP as the international Telelink access with NSA agents part of the plot. And as you guys know, the elite like to put stuff in plain sight through Hollywood for us to see, to condition us, so when it finally happens, we're not shocked or scared or freak out. It's conditioning over the course of years. So could the SEC versus Ripple case all be an act to give the banks more time to accumulate XRP and to condition people so it just doesn't happen right away? It happens over the course of years and decades. Now, another insane fact. The movie displays an anagram for too many secrets, which on gematria equals Brad Garlinghouse. And if we look in the comments here, Kelly said that kind of reminds me of that scene in Leave the World Behind. Check this out.
Why would you put that right there, right? Like, why would this be here? It says keep off, lifeguards only.
Right. So, like, when the person was writing that, they don't have to put a lifeguard stand in frame. But why did they put that there? Keep off, lifeguards only. Come on. I'm done. I'm done.
XRP storm is...
I'm done. Okay, so let's take a look at this one more time here. So this right here, the guy's writing the film. He's directing this shot. Okay, he's choosing every single thing that's going into this shot because it's a movie and it's a thought out production. So everything is planned down to every single person doing everything that they're doing. So you have all of these people, they're in shock. What's coming to the shore? They don't see it coming. Keep off. Lifeguards only. XRP, the storm is coming. This big ship is about to crash into the beach. The scene just happened where nobody seems to be aware. The only one aware is the little girl because she said the ship is coming closer. Nobody else pays attention, but now it's getting closer. Everyone's paying attention.
Closer. I think that's a problem.
You think that's a problem? They're not talking about the ship, people.
Oh, come on. It's gonna stop.
Nah, come on. It's gonna stop. No, don't worry about what's happening. Go back to your everyday life. Everything's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. There's no crash. There's no attack. There's no breakdown of the system.
It's got to.
It's got to.
Right?
Right? Oh, really confused because we don't know. Wait a minute.
Now, all that stuff in terms of gematria, it doesn't confirm or deny anything, but I find it very, very interesting because letters and numbers are very correlated together. The alphabet is filled with even spells and curses. That's why we learned how to spell and write in cursive when we were kids. So everything that you say, everything that you speak into existence, comes back to you. It creates like a magnetic field through your thoughts and your heart. And so whatever you think and feel with all of your heart that you believe you can do will happen. Not only that, but whatever you say is almost like casting a spell like in Harry Potter where you have to actually believe it, and that makes the spell stronger. The more belief that you have in what you say, the quicker what you believe comes about. Now, for people that don't believe the XRP is part of the plan, well, we just need to see what Ripple's CEO is saying. And why would Ripple fight this lawsuit if XRP wasn't part of the plan and they weren't committed to the future of XRP?
If anyone thinks that Ripple is not 100% behind XRP, is just missing, they've lost the plot. Like, we are totally committed and we will remain totally committed. Yeah.
As you guys already know, Ripple is the company, XRP is the currency that was created before Ripple. So a lot of people have been saying that Ripple is an arm of the government. And that's why all these partnerships with the IMF, with central banks are even able to take place because they're able to get into those closed door meetings because it's all been part of the plan since day one. Now, what's been slowing this down is these lawsuits. A new lawsuit was filed on Coinbase just a few days ago, which claims that other altcoins like Algo, Mana, Matic, Near, Uniswap, Sol, XLM, and XTC are securities, and they're claiming that Coinbase is violating securities laws. So while Ripple is nearing the end of the lawsuit, a lot of these other projects are more than likely going to have to go through the same scrutiny and suppression on their price action because the SEC isn't giving up. Now, this is what's crazy because if we look right here, a 20,000 bank deposit went straight into a slot machine with $750 spins in a guaranteed to lose game, right? If you guys have ever been to Vegas, you know the saying, the house does what? The house always wins. But the SEC is so adamant on protecting investors' income to not lose money in crypto, but yet they're making it so easy for people to just gamble their money away from their bank accounts, which statistically speaking, based on logic and based on actual facts here, this is non-debatable, they're going to lose. So the people that say crypto is a casino, those are the people that don't do any research. They don't learn anything about technical analysis. They don't have a long-term thesis. They don't have an investment strategy, a diversification plan. They just come to the markets and they just start gambling on some random projects and then blame the industry when it was their own fault for having a lack of risk management. And so when we look at XRP, the US dollar compared back to the past from December 2013 to March of 2017, XRP was in another downtrend, getting rejected multiple times from this descending resistance. And it took about 1,186 days for XRP to break out. Then it went absolutely parabolic from like 0.003 upwards of 30 cents, then ultimately upwards of $3. And so if we were to measure from the 1st of April 2021 during this peak, XRP has been in another downtrend, getting rejected multiple times from this descending resistance. Well, coincidentally enough, 1,186 days is by July 1st of 2024. Now, I'm not saying that XRP is going to break out on this day. I just find it very, very interesting that people are complaining right now when XRP is just simply following patterns of the past. And it's easy to get lost in the sauce or to get frustrated and think about selling something in the short term when you're thinking in days. That's why I encourage you to zoom out and start thinking in decades here, because act like you've been here before, because you have. If you've been around for multiple bull runs, this has happened time and time again. Look at the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and even the top 10 altcoins. From 2015 to 2016, we saw this nice rounded bottom formation followed by a breakout and a back test of this resistance as support, and then a continuation of the breakout. Well, very interesting how we're seeing a similar chart pattern play out from June of 2023 until where we are right now in May of 2024. We see this breakout, back test of the resistance as support, followed by a continuation of the uptrend. And so this is why the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, is putting his reputation on the line and saying things like this.
But you recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, you know, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving of Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
So if you guys have any friends that are either getting into crypto or they currently hold crypto and they're thinking about either buying XRP or selling XRP, share this video with them. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree with crypto, and you want to get early access to our underground guidebook to become a crypto millionaire when it's released, then all you need to do right now is go to bullrunners.com and you're going to get exclusive early access to alerts on explosive altcoins with timely notifications about high potential projects before they hit the mainstream market. You're also going to get access to daily market analysis videos where you can watch daily videos like this to stay up to date on the latest trends and updates in the cryptocurrency market. And you're also going to receive pro trading strategies and tools for you to access proven trading tips and institutional grade indicators to refine your trading strategy. So don't miss out on the launch of our new underground guidebook called Altcoin Secrets that's going to help you discover the next 100x altcoin. All you need to do to get early access is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll be instantly subscribed for the early bird list when it's released. We know you're going to love it.